the only player in the event to win, and he's won 2 games, displayed the Petrov, or the Russian defense, against MVL's 1e4. Now, the Russian defense has been one of those stodgy defenses that really annoyed a lot of e2, e4 players because of its, first of all, great theoretical number of games. Again, the Petrov is, instead of taking a defensive measure against the e5 pawn, simply counterattacks, with his own threats to White's e4 pawn. The game continued along very, very well charted, well-known theoretical patterns, and this move, bishop d6, has always been a controversy. Anatoly Karpov, he liked the bishop e7, the bishop e7 variation, but this bishop d6 line has been championed by a great number of players, and it's basically black is just saying, show me how you, white, are going to get an advantage in the opening. c2, c4, trying to undermine this knight on e4 by attacking the pawn on d5, a very, very logical continuation for white. Black in turn says, okay, I'll defend my pawn on d5, your turn. Rook e1, bishop f5, reinforcing this knight. But if we notice that the bishop on f5 now leaves opportunity for white to attack the pawn on b7, which MVL does right away with queen b3. He's looking to snag this pawn. Oops. Oh boy, I've got to turn off my auto update.
A lot is happening there.
Because I wanted to go a little bit slower than that. I can turn it off. Okay, well, let my computer do its thing for the time being, and move c5. Oh, look at them go.
Oh, big desperado there. c5 attacking d6 and the knight on c3, and the black deciding that the best would be to play bishop takes h2. But yeah, I would love to go over these lines more slowly. Meanwhile, we'll go to Maurice in London.
Well, we know the issue of psychological preparation from the opening, how it can affect an entire game. And so I was looking at the body language of the players as these moves were being banged out. Of course, you don't see...
Yes, I want to point out another very, very interesting factor, and that is Fabiano has played this game plenty of times, including one of them against Maxime Vachier-Lagrave himself only a few months ago. And in this position, after queen takes f5, Maxime didn't play queen takes b7 in their previous encounter. He captured the knight on c3, so he was the first to launch a novelty, at least in their personal encounter, with the move queen takes b7. But Fabiano already faced this this year as well against Karyakin in Norway in the same tournament that he played against Maxime Vachier-Lagrave. So Fabiano definitely has some ideas. In that game against Karyakin, he played this move knight to e4, and after queen takes e8, queen to d7, and it was a very, very prolonged theoretical battle, which ended up in a draw, in a very interesting draw. But he launched his novelty himself, queen to d7, queen takes d7, knight takes d7, c5, and we have seen this game played only once between Ivanchuk and Svidler. So Fabiano definitely has some analysis in the back. He's ready for everything that Maxime is going to throw at him, and I think we're going to see a very interesting endgame battle ensuing.
Thank you, Christian. But just to continue from the position that you have, very, very quickly came bishop takes h2 check, knight takes h2,
which is the game between
Ivanchuk
and Svidler. Yes.
And if you could just continue the position, because I'm actually favorably inclined to White's position after bishop f4. I think that's a fabulous bishop. It controls b8, and there's a big queenside majority that Black is going to have to deal with.
Absolutely, you will try to evolve on the queenside. The problem is that I'm going to set this knight probably all the way to f5 or to h5. I'm not so sure, but I would go to f5. I want to control the bishop from coming to d6. If I go to h5, I think you're going to invade with the bishop on d6, and this piece is going to be such a powerful factor in the reassessment of the position, and after that you go b4, a4, b5, create a passed pawn on c5, and that could be trouble for me. So, of course, I'm going to go knight to f5, and I also want to restrict one of your rooks, so the defense of the pawn on d4. Which one are you going to do?
Yeah, rook a1 to d1, and just continuing the game. These are very logical moves.
I have a few options. You're definitely trying to kick my knight away with the move g4. I see what you're trying to do there. Yeah, sure. So maybe I'm going to go this move, rook to e8.
Right. I'll trade a rook because all of these moves have a lot of logical flow to them. g4, kick that knight.
Now, I don't think I want to go to e3. If I go to e3 after rook e1, I think I'm just losing that piece. Very nice spin on the e file, very dangerous, but of course, Fabiano is not going to fall for that. Still, I want to find a good spot for that knight. It's very important. If I go to h4, that could be problematic because bishop g5, right?
I was just going to go king f2 and
king f2 and then knight to g6
and bishop to d6. And I'm just thinking, isn't this easy for white? From the opening preparation, what you're trying to do is get a playable game. And I'm looking, okay, the only bad square piece I have is the knight on h2. But I've got rook d3, rook a3, and for a game that may well decide first place.
Absolutely.
This is looking good for white.
I agree with you, Yasser, but I also want to add up that Fabiano is just blitzing his moves. So he definitely has this endgame analyzed. And if he does have it analyzed, if he knows the schemes that he has to employ in the position, if he knows the certain movement of the knights that he has to employ and how to get his pieces ready for battle, then I think he's ready to equalize and just make a draw, go back home, preserve his lead in the tournament. And let's not forget, this one is probably his toughest challenge in the last 4 rounds.
Exactly. Well, Jennifer, from your perspective, Christian's talking about neutralizing white's initiative. But that, to me, it really strikes me as a long-term initiative, thanks to the pawn on c5, the majority, and just the fact that this bishop on f4 will be so well placed. Would you be happy with white pieces in such a crucial game?
I would, but I have to say what Christian makes a very compelling point about the clock. You know, Fabiano Caruana, well known as one of the most well-prepared players on the tour, especially if you get into a line that he's already looked at, right?
He's prepared for it, yeah.
And that is certainly the case here. So, you know, would he go into it if he knew it was very dangerous? I gotta think that he's got it mapped out, you know, another 10 moves.
Wow, okay. Well, that'll be very intriguing to see if he can indeed neutralize what I think is very nice position for FPL. Sorry, Jennifer.
Oh, yes, and we have, we'd like to remind everybody who's just tuning in that we have a Spanish broadcast that's covering the Grand Chess Tour. And if you habla Español, go to our channel, St. Louis Chess Club, and you will see the different rounds, Ronda, 6 now, and that Alejandro Ramirez and Vivek Garcia are doing those streams every day. And the best part is if we go to commercial, you can pop on over there. You can even